Welcome in to NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we will catch up to speed on the latest NFL news and rumors as we're talking DeAndre Hopkins. We're also talking about Budda Baker and more coming up on today's show. We'll go over all of that in just a few moments. Before we do, who will be the first pick of the 2023 NFL Draft? We are just over about a week and a half away from the first round of the NFL Draft. Who is going to have their name called first by the Carolina Panthers? Let us know who you think it will be in the comment section below, and we'll get started with today's show. So, where will DeAndre Hopkins end up? Could he be traded on draft night, in fact? The rumors are swirling about his future, and it seems to be that one team in particular is the favorites to land DeAndre Hopkins. That would be the Kansas City Chiefs, according to ESPN's Jeff Darlington. And he weighed in on the situation. This is what Jeff Darlington had to say. This, to me, talking about Kansas City compared to a team like the Jets, is more ripe for a team like Kansas City. He would want to go out there and resurrect his career with quarterback Patrick Mahomes. That seems to make a lot of sense, right? And you think about this, the Chiefs and their receiving core. You lost Juju Smith-Schuster. He's off to New England. And you have a couple good guys, but they don't have an elite receiver right now in Kansas City. And so they're still looking for receiver help despite how good Patrick Mahomes is. One problem, though, of this situation is the money. It's all about the Benjamins, right? The Chiefs at this point in time only have about $5.4 million in cap space. So what is DeAndre Hopkins willing to give up or restructure, renegotiate when it comes to his contract situation? That's a question that still remains to be seen. Now, there was a tweet that was out there that he is not looking for a raise, and a team like Kansas City, who is the defending Super Bowl champions and everything, would he be willing to play for less and make work to play alongside Patrick Mahomes like that? That's a question we're all wondering at this point. Here's his current deal right now. He still has 2 years remaining and $34.4 million for a wide receiver that is no spring chicken by any means. DeAndre Hopkins still really good, but he's 30 years old, entering his 11th season. That's a lot of money for a guy his age. And whether you're the Chiefs or somebody else out there that's interested potentially in DeAndre Hopkins, think about this. Arizona wants at least a second-round pick and a conditional pick in a trade. So not only are you talking about if you're the Chiefs or any team for that matter trying to get DeAndre Hopkins, of trying to pay him and make that salary situation work, you're also giving up 2 picks, including a second-rounder, potentially speaking, if you were to make a move. So tell me in the comments section, will the Chiefs trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Is that where D-Hop is going to end up? Tell me in the comment section why for yes, in for no, if you think DeAndre Hopkins is ultimately going to end up in Kansas City or not. This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in. Why for yes, in for no. Will the Chiefs trade for DeAndre Hopkins or not? Let us know in the comment section below. Staying in Arizona, ESPN has named the Philadelphia Eagles as the top trade destination for Arizona Cardinals safety Budda Baker. If you recall, over the weekend, Budda Baker asked for a trade, wants out of Arizona, looking for other options to move on from, with where this Arizona franchise is headed, clearly in rebuild mode. Kyler Murray, of course, expected to miss much of this upcoming season as he recovers from that ACL injury. Here's what Jeremy Fowler of ESPN had to say about the possibility of him headed to Philly. People I've talked to around the league are at least looking to Philadelphia because they have a need at safety with C.J. Gardner-Johnson leaving in free agency. But my understanding is they don't have a lot of money to spend because they signed other players, so it could be tough. More on this situation. I'll give you my thoughts about the possibility of bringing him to Philly in just one moment. Before we do, with the draft coming up here in just several days from now, draft hats are on sale, and you can still get yours right in time for the NFL draft. So if you're going to a draft party or watching it with friends, whatever it may be, and you show up with your draft hat, you're going to be ahead of the curve. You're going to be wearing the same hats that future members of your favorite team are going to be wearing on draft night. It's a pretty cool deal. So What are you waiting for? Get yours now, whether you're a Ravens fan, a Raiders fan, a Falcons fan. Maybe you like the flat bill or you like the ball cap style, whatever you're feeling. We got all those options available to you. You can order yours today, right in time for the draft, while supplies last. Chatsports.com/NFL Draft Hats to get yours now. That's chatsports.com/NFL Draft Hats. You're going to be looking snazzy. You're going to represent your favorite team at the same time, too. What are you waiting for? Get yours today. Chatsports.com/NFL Draft Hats. Now, here's one thing to think about, okay, that I don't think should be forgotten about in this situation when it comes to Budda Baker and the idea of him coming to Philadelphia. He'd be a great addition, no question about it. He would better that defense, and the Eagles have lost a lot this offseason. But not only are you talking about a situation where you'd have to pay Budda Baker and give up the compensation it would take to make said trade, but you still have to have money set aside to pay Jalen Hurts as well. Jalen Hurts is going to want his here pretty soon. So with that being said, with the Eagles already in a tight situation when it comes money-wise, you have to think about those factors involved here. It makes trading for a guy like Baker difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Here's what we're looking at, the money situation for Baker at this point. He's owed $13 million this year. And next year has a club option of $14.2 million. That is up to the team, whoever he's playing for at this point. He is a 5-time Pro Bowler. He's had a very good career, and he would fill a need for the Eagles, certainly so, would be a good fit for this team. But can they make it work? It would be difficult, but it would be a nice addition. The numbers of what he's been able to put together was a Pro Bowl year this past season. We mentioned 5 visits, including he's been there every year recently since 2019. And you look at those numbers, all 4 of those seasons, Pro Bowl years from Budda Baker. This past season, 111 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 7 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. This is a guy that's still in his prime in his career and is going to make any team better. With that said, where will he get traded to? Will it be Philly? Will it be someone else? Will he end up back in Arizona when it's all said and done? Where do you think Budda Baker is ultimately going to end up? Tell us in the comments section below where you think he gets traded as he put in this trade request on Friday. Let us know in the comments section below where you think he will go. For the best NFL coverage out there, we got you covered here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We're bringing you daily news and rumors segments. We have our live shows during the week as well. We're going to be live for the entire NFL draft. This is the channel for the diehard NFL fans. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to go ahead and subscribe right now if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. And I got to tell you, it's going to be the best decision you've ever made. So go ahead, stop whatever you're doing. Subscribe to the channel now. We got you covered here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV to subscribe for free today. And one final note before we wrap up today's show. Kwon Alexander still sitting on the free agent market at this point in time. And the Buccaneers SB Nation site is suggesting that Tampa Bay might want to bring Kwon Alexander back to Tampa. Now, it's been a long time since he put on a Buccaneers uniform, but this might be a situation that makes sense for both sides. There's more from Will Walsh of SB Nation on the possibility. Last season, Alexander played in a full slate of games and had 69 tackles. For the sake of comparison, Devin White had over 120. Obviously, bringing in Kwon Alexander would not be an even trade-off in production, but you would have a veteran player with familiarity of the city, the division, and the organization who would likely be on a very team-friendly contract. Despite any struggles he may have had as a head coach, Todd Bowles is an undeniable defensive guru who knows what a mind like his could get out of a player like Alexander. So, with that said, here's some things you need to know about this. If the Bucs are going to make this move, they have to decide on Devin White's future first. He wanted that trade. We'll see where he ends up, but you have to figure out that situation. And then don't forget about KJ Britt either. This is a guy that we've seen some flashes from him. If you believe in him, then you probably don't need to bring in Kwon Alexander either. And if, let's say, White moves on and you're looking for other options to the linebacker spot, there's always the NFL draft as a possibility as well. You could just draft a guy and not have to spend the money on Kwon Alexander. So something to think about as far as those options go with Alexander's future, if he were to make a return to Tampa Bay or not. So, should the Bucs sign Kwon Alexander? What say you? Let us know in the comments section. Type S for sign, type P for pass. What do you think? Should the Bucs return Alexander to Tampa Bay? Let us know. You can hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. Follow me there. I'll see you next time here on NFL Daily. Thanks for joining us.